So type Thunkable in your Google search. For those who do not have a laptop or have a laptop, open your laptop now. This is the workshop that we're going to do. Search on Thunkable. So this is a step-by-step instruction. So if you are lost, just raise your hand and ask question. Is everyone okay? Have you searched for Thunkable? So when you search Thunkable, you can see that the first search result will be displaying. Are you able to see the screen, or do I have to make it more bigger? This is okay? So just click on Thunkable. So it will bring you to the Thunkable page. So you'll land on this Thunkable homepage. So Thunkable is an app development that doesn't use any code. So you don't have to use code. So it's block programming. So it's very much suitable for students learning it for the first time. So it'll be light and easy. But if you want to go to the advanced level, then you can actually take Android development, which is using Java. Yeah. So I did that course as well. So Java, of course, it allows you can actually customize it, up to the level that you want, up to every single inch. So this is the Thunkable page. Everyone have landed on this page. Now this is a cross-platform tool. So cross-platform means what? It is also, you can use it for Android or iOS as well. Prior to this, we were actually using MIT app, but MIT app is only for Android, and they have the beta version for iOS, and it's quite complicated to set for iOS, so we shifted to Thunkable, right? So we are going to use the free version part. So we just click on login. So when you log in, you are expected to log in with your Google account. Somehow the internet is so slow. Are you in your login page? Okay, so when you actually log in, of course, you won't get like how you are seeing in front. Why I'm immediately being brought to this my projects page is because I've already done this before. But for you, you can actually sign in using your Google account. So when you sign in, you will only be able to see this create new app. You don't see all the other apps that are there. So have you all logged in? Not yet. Is everyone done? Who have not done yet, please raise your hand so we can see everyone. Okay, that's one. So let me know for those who are done, then we can actually move on to the next. Now this is a free version. You can see there's an option to upgrade account. Now the free version only allows you to create 10 public projects. So you can only create 10, and it's public. That means anyone who search for your project title, you'll be able to search. It's public. You're sharing it everyone. But if you upgrade your account, then you have actually more features. You can see this is the membership. Currently we are using on the free platform. So what are the basics? You have 10 project limit, and you have 200 megabyte of account storage. That's the maximum that you have. Then you can actually share your projects, but you only allow 2 downloads. But in terms of support, yes, you have the community support, and you also have the live testing. So accordingly, if you go to the starter package, so they have more, and also pro and also business. So do you see that from the pro onwards, you have the publishing features. There, publishing. So only for the pro level, you can actually start to publish. And also the business one, you can publish. So you can see that there's unlimited publishing to the apps and Play Store. So these are the functions, but for the purpose of learning, so our free is just more than good enough. So is everyone here now? So we are going to create our new app. So click on create new app. So when you click on create new app, sorry. So you need to give your project a name, right? So you can give this is first project, or whatever name that you can give. So in terms of the categories, you just can put entertainment. That's just for the category. So you can categorize your project name. Now this is by default, it is public. You can't change this. Everyone can access the project. It's public. Remember, we are using the free one. Anyone can access. So there is this option of use the drag and drop builder. Do not check this. Do not check this. Don't tick. Don't check this box. Is everyone okay? Then you click on create. So when you click create, then it will bring you to your workspace. Is everyone on your workspace? If anyone is not following, just raise your hand, sir. I am back. Can you please repeat? Now, when you want to do it until for me to actually go through several steps and then say, can you please repeat back the first? So it's become difficult. So at every step, if you're not there, just say, sir, not here yet. So it'll make it easier for us to go. Now, is everyone here already on this page? So this is your workspace. Now we are actually trying to understand the workspace. So part of the, let's go back here. So if you're looking at part of the element here, you have already installed the Thunkable Live, right? Now during the 1 hour class period, what are the things that we're going to do is we are trying to understand the layout of Thunkable workspace. Make it big. We are trying to understand the layout of Thunkable workspace. And we're going to use a simple design. We're going to design a simple mobile app with a simple user interface button. Then we're going to use some speech component. Then we're going to use some sensor module. Very, very simple one. Okay. Now regarding the group project requirements, this we will do next week. So we have 2 things that we want to try to achieve. So now going back, this one we can close. So this is your Thunkable workspace. Now you can see you have an icon here, Thunkable. If you click on this, it'll bring back to your project's page. So that's the first one, if you have your Thunkable icon. So now we are at our project page. This is our project, our workspace. Now what are the things that you need to understand on this? This is your entire workspace. Of course, you have the live test, you have share, you have make copy, download, publish. This is all pro features. So if you have some help, if you need some help, some documentations that are there, video tutorials, community support, which language, and of course this reflects on your account. So currently we are using Google free account, so it's not a problem. Now on the top right corner here, you actually can see your components tree. Is everyone looking? Where am I pointing? Are you able to see my cursor? So this is your component tree. So you can see that you'll see the name of a project, which is my first mobile application, right? This is your project name. And by default, a component tree means you'll be able to see all the list of components that you've added. So this is the first palette here is your components tree block. So currently under the project My First Mobile Application, there is screen 1, which you are seeing here. By default, in any mobile app, you have minimum 1 screen, right? No screen, then what app you want to do? So as you add on components, you'll be able to see it is being listed here. Okay, so any questions so far? Okay, shall I move to the next one? The next block is here. Add components. Now this is your components palette. This block, this is where you can actually have all the various types of components. You can look at user interface, you can look at layout, voice, images, how you want to include images, data, location, so there are sensors. So all this kind of components that you want to add, all you can get it from here. So we will be adding some components. So this is your component palette. This is where we select your components. Is everyone with me? Can I move on to the next one? So the next one is of course the screen itself. Here is where you can actually directly view what are the components that you are actually adding and how. So you can see there's a diagram of a phone, and when you click preview, you are able to preview it. Now the best preview option is by looking at your Thunkable Live, because each phone screen resolution is different size. So accordingly, when you adjust it'll actually change on your phone. When you use Thunkable Live, you will see that. Okay, so this is your screen. At least you can have how it looks like. And on the right hand side is the properties. So currently the component that has been selected is screen 1. Whatever component that you select, the property screen will reflect on the property of that particular component. So if you click on project, now you see it will change to the app settings. So My First Mobile, when you click on this, the properties will change to the project, the app settings. So under the app setting, of course, you can describe about your app, you can give the app name. Then sometimes you can have your own icon for your apps. How you can upload the icon here. But this is for publishing settings. So these are all related to, later on we'll be using some of the Firebase. Firebase is a database, Google Cloud database. And all the settings need to be done here. So now if you click on screen 1, it shows the property of screen 1. So all the properties, what are things that you can actually change with respect to that. Is that okay? Any question up to this point? So what we actually want to do is, so we need to have some sort of idea in terms of our layout. So let's say we have our mobile app. Not a very good choice of color. It's often nice to actually have visualization of what kind of layout that you want to do. So basically for this, we are going to do uh, two types of option. One is we are going to do a text to speech option. So what we want to do in this app is we want to do a text to speech, and also we can use speech to text, two page. So we want to create a two-page kind of two screens. Now, of course, there are a few options that you can actually create a two screen, right? One option, you can have the first screen here, then you can have an options to navigate to the next page. You can have a button to navigate to the next page, or there is a layout which allows you to navigate between pages. So you can have some sort like a navigation page. So this is what we call as the top navigation. Have one option here, text to. When you click on this, it will bring to the first page, and then if you click next, it will bring to the next page. Just like how sometimes you have a pop-up menu, right? That's a side navigator. This is the top navigator. So just to explore some of the features. So we're going to have this kind of top navigation. And under the text to speech, what are the things that we want to include? First one that we want to include, first we will do step by step. Okay? The first one that we want to include is we can include a button. So we will do the first layout first, we'll include the top layout, then we will do in the button element. Any questions up to this point? Okay, oh. So now, this is our screen one, and we are going to try to incorporate So first thing that we want to do is we want to insert the layout. So if you go under your add components part here, so under layout, do you see under layout? Do you see the top tab navigator? Now there is a question mark here. If you click on that, it will give explanation. So the top tab navigator is positioned at the top of your app and allows users to switch between different screens by clicking. That's what we want to do, right? So what you do, you drag and drop it to your screen. Did you manage to do that? So when you drag and drop it to your screen, you can see now this is a top tab navigator, and by default it already has home, about, contact and settings by default. So do you see the screen one here? This is the earlier by default screen, right? So we can remove that. So you can delete the screen one. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes, delete it. Go away. So now this is a top tab navigator. So how, when you click preview, this is how your top tab navigator will look like when you click preview. Now this preview is, of course, you're looking at your preview tab. So how it looks like on your phone. So for that, you need to open your Thunkable Live. So can you open your Thunkable Live on your phone? So of course, if you're using your phone to develop this, then of course you can't really see that. That's why. And in Thunkable Live, we'll ask you to log in using your same credentials. Then you'll be able to see under My Projects. Sorry, I forgot to bring the cable. Yes. Sorry? earlier one, did you click on the... So you should click on the... You're able to see the... Better or the earlier one better? Earlier is better. This is better. Hey, that hall was nicer because so don't check on the drag and drop, because then otherwise you won't get the same kind of layout that you see that I'm showing. Okay. So on your phone, do you see under my project there's my first mobile or whatever name that you given? So click on that. Do you able to see the layout? Yeah. Of course, you can actually click. You can click home, you can click about, you can click contact, you can click setting, but there's nothing. No, nothing, because there's nothing. But the top tab navigator is working right. There you can see. Now, if you keep your phone on like this, connected, whatever changes that you do, you'll see real time here. It'll happen real time. So that's a fun in mobile app development. Using Thunkable. It's a free thing, but okay lah. Serves the purpose, right? So we go back to the edit part. So we have, when you click home, so we only need, how many tabs do we need? We only need 2, right? So the rest we can padam lah. So I just say the settings, delete. So when you delete, and there's contact. So as you do, depending on your internet connection, you'll see it updates here, real time. So we only need 2, so delete. So now you only have home and about, right? Do you see there's 2? It's only these 2, right? Home and about. Then finally, if you do on your phone, you'll see it changes. Is everyone okay or KO? Okay. Now we want to rename back the tab. We want to rename it back. Remember that we are doing text to speech and also speech to text option. So we want to rename it back. So when you click on the home, currently there is only 2 screens now under the top tab navigator. We have deleted the 2 more screens. And it is 2. So currently if you click on home, the properties here will show the properties for the home screen. So let's change the name. So we have the name here, so you click on the rename. So here we can put text to speech. So when you change, do you see that it also changes on your phone? Text to speech. Yes? Everyone managed to do that? But then you also notice that there is icon there, right? Home icon. So where do you remove it? If you go down back, if you scroll down, this is still under the property of text to speech page property. So if you scroll down, 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 scroll down. Do you see that there is a tab navigation icon? So if you click on this, you click delete, then do you see that there is no icon? So you only have the text to speech. that okay? Have everyone managed to do? Of course, later on you can actually include any icon. Let's see, can we find any text-to-speech icon or not? Okay, there are some images, text-to-speech. Let's see this. Let me just try out. Yeah. So what we want to do here is, when you go search for text-to-speech icon, everyone follow me? Let's say I have this one icon which looks like a text-to-speech icon, right? Are you all following? Then when you right click on the image, there's two options. You can actually upload image. You can download the image, or you can copy the image address. Not copy image, huh? Copy the image address. So this is the image address URL. So click on the copy image address. Go back here under the tab navigation tool. See, if you click here, there is two options. One is upload the file, or type in the URL. Just now we copy the image address, right? So then you paste. So when you paste and you click preview, do you see this now? Text-to-speech icon has changed. And of course on your phone also it change. So you can choose your own icons as well, but looks nice, right? When you change text-to-speech. Everyone following? Having fun so far? So what are the things that you can actually do here on your text-to-speech? So we go back to edit mode. We'll see what are this padding and also margin as we go on later. Okay, all managed to do. So now we have the first one, text-to-speech. So the second one, we'll click on about. About, we're going to change the name here also. This is going to be speech to text. So you can see as you change, then it will change. Speech to text. And let's change the icon as well. Go down, scroll down. There's tab navigation icon, right? So we can go here. I think earlier we had something like a speech to text, right? So copy the image address again. Go back and change. Control V. Let's see if you're able to view. Yeah, changes accordingly, right? So you change the icon. You can change whatever icon that you want. So can you tap on both screens now on your phone? All okay? Can we proceed? So let's go to the first one, which is text to speech. All okay? Can we proceed? So now this is your empty. Of course, now you have your two top navigation layout with icons that you have actually changed. Now on the first page, we just want to try to include under the user interface layout. So if you look at under the user interface layout, let me just drag it back. There are buttons, there are labels, there are text input, and so many other things that are there. So if you look at label, what is label? The label component allows you to display text in your app. So let us include a label, a simple label, right? So drag and drop it here, the screen. So now you can see that the hierarchy of the component tree. Are you able to see the hierarchy of the component tree? Under your project app, you have the layout, and within your layout, you have two pages: text to speech and speech to text. Under text to speech screen, you have now label 1. So label 1 appears here. So currently, when you're selected on the label, the property will be on the label property. This one. So the label under the property, there are these tags, right? So you can click, this is my first talking app. So when you change, of course, it change. And of course, you have the font size. You can change the font size. You can change the color of the font. You can create a background color. You can change the font style. So this normal, italic, so whichever that you want to do. Sorry. Font weight. So do you want it to be bold? So when you change, then it becomes bold. Let's click on preview. So you can change the color of your words. Are you able to see it on your phone? So label is just creating a text. It doesn't do anything. Now what we can do also, if you click on the text to speech, all of you have added the label, right? Now when you click on the text to speech page, text to speech page, there is, if you look at the properties, there is this background picture. So you can include some background picture for the entire screen. So let's see if we have any so you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you want. So you can choose any pictures that you select this one. Any pictures that you actually like. I just choose this. Then you can copy the image address, that image, and you can put under the background image. So when you upload, then you'll see it changes. Right, on your phone also you can see it change. So now when you put in your background image, then maybe you want to change the color of your fonts, right? Their label. So are you able to see? So on your app, it will look whatever that you are. Look nicer on your app. La. Everyone managed to do that? How's your app looking? So this is only for your first page. If you scroll to the next page, it's empty. You can either tap it or you can scroll your page. You can scroll your page. How's your app development going on? So let us try to put so why am I changing the line height is because my font on my phone is not appearing fully, so I'm increasing the line height. So that's why. So you should be able to see how you want on your phone. Is everyone done up to this point? Can we go to the next one? So the next one is, this is label. It's just, of course, you will notice that it automatically comes in the center. So under the label, you can see that there is the height. So in terms of the height, there are a few options. This is the height of the text. So the first one is fit contents or fill container, means it will fill whatever container that you actually have set. Relative size, you can actually set what is the size that you want it to be. Fit contents, or you want it to be like 50%, or you want it to be 20%. Whatever relative size. Okay, sometimes what happens is there's some glitch that sometimes you don't see it here, and you see it on your phone also. So you can choose the relative height. So whatever changes that you're actually making, you can actually see it on your phone. So the height you can change, or you can actually fit. Select option, fit container, or fit content. So the height is how you want to match the height of it. Then you can also choose the width to be able to fit contents or fill container. So fill contents or fill container means, do you see this red dotted line? This is actually the container of that particular component. So if you click on fit the content, it will maximize it. If you put relative size, this option is fit contents. So fit contents means it will be fit fully. If you put like 50%, it only will occupy 50% of it. So this one we can actually set as fit content. So we will see more of this option later on. And we will see what are these borders and what are the paddings and what are the margins as we go along. You can change the font size if you want to, it bigger or smaller. Can we go to the next one? So the next one is, let us drag and drop a button. So we have a button here under the user interface. So user interface are all these components that the user is able to see and also interact. So one of it is button, so drag and drop, put the button. So the button comes below the talking app, right? It comes automatically, it stacks below the next component as per the component tree. It will follow the sequence of the component tree. So if label is first, the label will be on top, then followed by the button. So you can see on your screen. So on my screen, it doesn't look like what you're seeing here. Here there's a gap, right? On my screen, the button and the text is just below one another. It doesn't look so nice because it's like cramped up, right? I didn't bring my cable. For next workshop, I'll bring cable so that I can also show my phone view so you can get the idea. So that's why I say the real Thunkable Live is very useful, because what you see here is not really what's reflected on the phone. So this is some bug. I do not know why every time they have something. So when you preview, see the button is here, is showing down, but on my phone is actually showing close, is here nearby. Now let us change some of the property of the button. So we click on the button. Everyone is able to click on the button. So this button now is showing the property of the button. So we can actually change the text on the button. So maybe we can change to hear me speak. To hear me speak. Right? As we change, then you can see it changes. Feel free to change the color or font size or things like that. Now the background color, I think I want to change because mine is blue and this one also blue. So maybe, I don't know what looks nice. Either you have the palette down here, or you can choose the multiple color that you can choose here. So as you select the color, you can actually see it changes on your app. Okay, I've chosen one particular color. Hear me speak. Now hear me speak, there is this option. If you scroll down, there is font, bold, italic, raised. So if you click on this, now you can see it becomes bold. If you do this, it becomes italic. If you do this, it became raised. So raised gives something like a popping up kind of feature, but no need. I'm just going to stick with bold. that okay? Now, if we go to the height and width, whenever we are looking at the height and width, oh, it's going to be time. We will continue our just after we just share this, and we will continue the next class. So whenever we are looking at the height and the width, it is actually referring to this, that component. So if you say the width is to fit contents or fill content, currently you say it's fit contents. Fit contents means what? What is the content of this button one? Is hear me speak. So it fits that content. If you put fill container, do you see it fills the entire space? It fills the entire screen space. That is what it means by fill container. So which one do you like? If you do the fill container, then you get the whole screen. Or you put fill contents, then become like this. So I will stick to fit contents. Now it is very close to the text. So what we can do is, there is two things: margin, padding. So margin, let's say if you put top margin 20, what happens? What happens? Do you see that it creates a space? It creates a space. This is margin. Margin is the margin that you want to set outside of that component. So now you see that, okay, from the text to the button, now I have some gap, right? So now it looks better. So that is margin. So you can add margin for the, this is in terms of pixel. You can add margin to the top, bottom, left, right. So adding margin means outside of the component. Is that clear? And what is padding? Padding is the one inside. You know, you see the words, hear me speak. The padding is inside. So if you put, let's say if you put 10. So the hear me speaks get pushed down. The hear me speak gets pushed down. The padding inside. So that is padding. Padding is inside, you're padding the word. Margin is outside. So but I don't need the padding now, so I'm just going to remove the padding. So because it's 9:50, we have to stop here. You all have other class to actually go. So far what we've actually done is we have embarked on this app development journey. Next week we will continue and finish this, and we will do the discussion on the group project requirement. So what we have done so far is you have some beautiful, I do not know what that you have done. But next week when you're done, you need to share your screenshots in Padlet. So this is my app so far, having this kind of layout, and you can actually scroll. You can do that. And actually I'll bring the cable so I can actually also show what's happening on my screen. Okay, so are there any questions so far? Had fun so far? Okay, good. Next week we will complete this. So thank you very much for coming, and I'll see you all next week. Whatever that you have saved, it will be there. It's in your account, so it won't go. Sorry, you have a question?